Welcome back. It's the ILFL Soccer Night Show, the 2016 version. We are talking about the UK Bangladeshi Football Championships taking place this year. You know what? It's up north, but we're up north. Well, it's further north than London anyway. We've got group stages taking place in Birmingham, and we've got a final, as you heard us talking about in the first segment, taking place at Northampton Town Football Club. But let's talk a little bit more about those group stages that are taking place and the Birmingham venue, which I understand is Moor Lane in Birmingham.
That's correct. I think, first of all, you can just tell the viewers it's obviously a partnership between ILFL, MK and Shapler League in Birmingham. They're actually hosting it this year. Everyone's taking it in turns, and this is the third year, and Birmingham will be hosting the tournament itself, and it'll be in Birmingham's group stages.
Well done to the Birmingham boys. Thank you very much for taking it on. And from what we can see of the venue itself, it looks like it's a fantastic place to host such a great football spectacle. Group stages taking place on the 24th of April. 16-team cap, a 16-team limit?
That's correct. And after today, obviously, the teams can get in touch with the Shapler League Birmingham, or they will contact the team directly anyway. And it's ideally we want to get the teams confirmed, deposit paid in by February, when hopefully by then we can confirm the team names. And we're looking for teams from different parts of the UK to represent each town and cities individually.
We've spoken about, briefly about the regions teams that have taken part. Who can we expect to be involved again this time?
I think the usual last year and the year before, your usual teams. Obviously, your West Yorkshire going to be now Bradford. You've got your Cambridge, your Northampton. I think there's
Luton,
3 London teams. You've got
St
Albans, Bedford, Luton. All good. I'll be honest with you.
Newcastle,
all very good footballing towns. I just wanted to say something about the Shapler League guys as well. I apologise on behalf of them, obviously for family commitments, they couldn't be here. But Habib Bhai, Hawk Bhai and Abdul Bhai, I mean, these guys have years and years of experience of organising massive footballing events. And I'll be honest with you, I can't emphasise the trust we have in them to deliver. I think this is going to be one of the best ones so far. These guys are veterans of football, known throughout the country by all Asian footballers, and I'm just can't wait. I'm really looking forward to this year's tournament. As Azizbai said, the Northampton Stadium, I think until you see it, you won't realise what a fantastic venue it is for the final. Luckily, we've got the whole venue for the whole day. So we've got the UK Championship final going on in the afternoon, but we've got a couple of slots available in the morning, which we are doing some other projects that we're going to work on. One of the slots is available for anyone out there who wants to sponsor and get a team together to play a friendly. We're willing to get some sponsorships out there as well. But overall, anyone out there that wants to sponsor this fantastic event, please get in touch. Get in touch with Habib Bhai and Hawk Bhai from Birmingham, and I'm sure we'd love to get your support on board.
Absolutely. You've heard the call. Go out there for sponsorship. Come and play down on a professional pitch and enjoy it. So, Mr. Branson, Mr. Piers Morgan, and all the rest of you out there who've got a few spare change in your pocket, you know where to come, haven't you? You were going to say something.
Well, Kamal Bhai said everything that need to be said. All I'm going to emphasise is, come down to Northampton, watch the final, look at it. We've got the football ground for 3 years. Northampton Town have been so kind to give it to us for 3 years. Just before we were going to get it, they went into administration. Even though I haven't got any hair, I was doing this, thinking, what's going on? Are we going to get it? Are we not going to get it?
Well, that's a fantastic gesture from them to commit to,
and then they says, look,
project.
Nevertheless, whatever happens, you have got this stadium, because we like to give back to the community. It's like what Baisab said, Kamal Bhai said. We've got 3 events going on that day. The final is in the afternoon regardless. During the day, we're going to get the local youth from, whether it's from Northampton, Birmingham, under 12s, under 13s, come and play on a professional pitch, because a lot of those kids won't get the opportunity to do that. Absolutely. And then for the second segment, if there is anybody out there that wants to sponsor the event, get a team together, get all your friends, brothers, uncles together, come and play on a professional pitch, play someone else. So we're looking for 2 actual teams to sponsor the event. There could be 12 of you paying £10 each, £20 each. Just go and kick a ball on a professional pitch. So 20 years down the line, you can say to your grandkids, I played on that pitch. I might not be a professional football player, but I actually played on a professional pitch. And this emphasises, then the kids will look at it and think, oh my God, my granddad's a professional footballer. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy.
I think one of the key things, I think what Aziz is saying is, look, the UK Bangladesh Championship is not just a community sporting event. It's something that's there to create an everlasting impression, give someone an everlasting memory. I mean, the guys from Yorkshire, they'll never forget that moment on that Don Stadium when they won that from that group. I still got that picture on there as one of the things, focal points, the celebrations. This is what it's all about. It's all about creating that everlasting moments in your life, getting involved. And also it gives, as I said, we're emphasizing a lot more on youth this year. We are going to see a lot more youth because they're obviously growing up now. They're over 16, they can play in this competition. And I think the guys in Yorkshire, things like that, you'll see a lot of new faces that are coming on board. The quality of football this year, I think, as every year we've seen the first year, second year, we've seen an increase on the level of football and the quality. And this year, I think it's going to be an even higher stepping stone. I think everyone now is going to be closer results, and the final is going to be a tough one for the guys to get to the final. That's all I can say.
It is.
London, I'm not going to keep the bragging rights this year. I can guarantee you that. I think there's a lot of people putting so much quality time out there, trying to get this preparation done for the tournament.
So who's going to get involved from London this year, do you think?
Before that, I just want to touch base. I think what they mentioned about sponsors is very important. Yes, it's a UK Bangladesh UK tournament. I think there are a lot of businesses out there who can support it because everything costs money. Yes, we can organise everything, but there's a cost element that needs to be looked after. And I think there are a lot of Bangladeshi businessmen out there, a lot of companies out there. They should come forward and actually support this because without their support, we can't deliver these projects. And the more Bangladeshi people get involved, and it's something for them to return back for it's a UK Bangladesh Championship, so they should be running forward and supporting this project. Come back to your point. I still believe London team is going to be favourites. Which, if you look at the record going back last 2 years, there's always been a team in the final. So hopefully that trend will continue, and hopefully it'll be a moment this year.
Who do you think will be going? So, are you saying that Beaumont are looking to be?
I'm telling you, this year, that nothing but a final will do for me. Nothing but a final. I don't care how much Northampton are ready for it. I don't care how much MK are ready for it. London team will be in the final, and I'm putting money on Beaumont. And
I can step back and let you guys just see.
I'll be honest with you. I think this year Milton Keynes had a poor representation last year. I said most of our players were fit and things like that.
They won't like that.
But this year we've got, like I said, we've got a few of our youth that have turned over 16 that are coming through, and I think we'll give most teams a run for the money this year.
On a serious note, I think what I've seen last year, since the year before, the quality has improved. So this year, I'm expecting the quality improve even further more. So hopefully every year the quality is going to improve, and then it's going to be an open tournament. So we won't have 1 or 2 favourites. We'll have 16 teams, possibly anyone can win. I think that is a key for me. That's nice to see when you see.
Where do we see this whole thing going? Because I know we're talking about younger players getting involved now. Is the UK BFC going to be a tournament where we have a mixture of youth and experience, or is it going to become progressively more of a youth tournament to highlight and promote emerging talent?
I think that all depends on the manager of the teams, really. It depends how hungry you are to win it. For example, Rashid Bhai wants to win Beaumont. Is all the youth coming through, have they got the experience? Because it does count.
Absolutely.
The youth have got the experience to carry it all the way through, or do they need a mixed and blend? I think it reflects on the style of the manager that's going to be managing the team on the day and where his players are from. So it's very hard to say. Long term, I'll be honest with you, as one of the members of the committee, where's the UK Championship going? We want to make this an international event. That's where it's going to. The first three years was just a trial period to see how we can get the participation level going across the UK. But look, we've been, my colleagues have been to Bangladesh recently to a Shinali OTT tournament. There's a lot of interest there. When you're doing it, are we allowed to come in? We've pretty much held it back at the moment just to get things right here for the first 3 years. But there's interest from Italy. There's a team in Italy that Bangladeshi players want to come abroad. There's Italy from France. Are we ready to cater for that yet? That's the biggest question. Probably we are, but I think after this year, we'll, as a board, we'll sit down and see how we can take it and progress it further. But I see this will become a massive international event.
The title Shinali Otaif was mentioned there, and I love the way everything just flows and links in smoothly and seamlessly on this program. Size right there on the end. I mean, you've been hearing the discussions going on. I'm sure you have more than a few words to say about it all.
I do. I really wanted to say, I mean, I love the spirit, fighting spirit, that has actually generated. I mean, I heard about the UK Championship last year when the final was at, I think, was it Dagenham?
Dagenham
Redbridge. Unfortunately, I couldn't go there, but, you know, this year I'm definitely planning to go, because I'm really looking forward to watching some of the games, watch some of the games. The final, I think that's something that you can't really miss. If it's going to be at Northampton, really, people should be planning and say, yeah, we're going to go up there. With families, if you can, that'd be great. Go up there and see it. One other point I really want to emphasize, I think everybody's actually touched on the sponsorship. I think one thing that I think all viewers really need to understand is everybody here, I'm sure, work on a voluntary level. And I think sponsorship is really integral for us to actually go forward. If we're going to excel, I think that's one of the key. That's one of the ways that we can actually, do different projects. We can work different projects, work on a different line. And if we have different sponsorships, that's the way forward. So really, if there are sponsors out there, please support us, whichever way you can.
It is indeed. Let's get some final thoughts on what's going to happen. I mean, obviously, we touch base and we're promoting something that's going to happen later on in the year. It's not too late. I mean, it's not that far away. 3 weeks, 3 months, it all merges together very, very quickly. What's the final thing you'd like to say about it before we revisit this whole UK BF thing in a few weeks' time?
I think for the players that are going to be playing, it's as the brothers already mentioned, it's to play in a professional stadium. It's a very prestigious matter, and I think everyone's going to take it seriously, because I already spoken to my team. They're looking forward to it. Even last year they said Dagenham Redbridge, and the year before MK Dons Bridge. These are professional stadiums. You're not going to get a chance. This is once in a lifetime. So this is a motivation and drive for all the players. And hopefully, as we discussed, the quality gets better the more you've come through, and we can represent and show the UK itself. Look, there are Bengali players that can play football. I think that is the main point. And not only that, during the tournament we can do networking, get to see other Bengali people, teams from other different towns, etc. Because last time it was nice seeing people from all parts of UK. I think I found that quite interesting, especially in the group stages, and you get to know, talk to them, etc. Lifestyle, and keep in touch, and and do WhatsApp and Facebook. I think that's brilliant. So at least we can keep networking between the brothers throughout the whole of the UK.
Sorry, can I just interrupt there? What Baisab's saying is spot on, but what you've also got to remember is there are going to be professional scouts out there on the final. So players, they have to be on top to realise that the scouts don't tell you who they are, but there's always scouts at these games.
Professionals.
Whether it's first stages, second stages, finals, there's always professional scouts. You're playing in a professional football stadium.
And these are the incentives that should be driving these players along.
And that should be the incentive, because these youngsters that are going to be playing in these leagues, in this league now, you never know who's watching. It could be, what's his name, England manager, what's his name, Roy Hodgson. He could be in the stand, you never know. You might be looking for a striker or a defender, and you could be the next Wayne Rooney.
He could be. He'd be wearing a flat cap and a hoodie after watching the final. Listen, gentlemen, we've kind of come to the end of it. Thank you so much for coming down. Always appreciate it when you guys come along and come and promote what you're doing and come on the show to share your enthusiasm and your passion, which always hits me, and your dedication. Good luck with what you're doing with your local projects, though. We will revisit the UK BFC later on in the season, and as we do the run up towards it as well. Guys to my left are still going to be here because we're going to talk about our own project. VL6, the Veterans League, is back again. Our biannual visit to our ILFL and Shanali OT joint project. We're going to be talking about that after this short break.